So if you have a car that keeps overheating, you can't figure out why, if you just got done replacing the water pump or the coolant or anything like that, and you don't bleed the lines, because your lines are going to have air up in them when you get done putting the coolant in there and putting the water pump in there and everything. You get done putting everything together, you put your coolant and everything, you think it's all good to go, right? You think you're ready to go. Well, your car starts overheating, it's because you got air in the lines. You got to bleed those lines. What I do is I turn my heater on super high, let my car run, put it on an incline. As you can tell, I was going to drive them up on the ramps, but I didn't, just because I didn't feel I had need to do it. And you got to let it run for a really long time. And I'll show you why. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it goes. See? Right there. See that? There's a lot more where that came from. A lot more. Look at all that. That's all trapped air stuck in the lines. It goes all the way back up in your system. Wherever that coolant goes, wherever it cools off your engine, wherever it flows up into, I'm not a mechanic, I don't know. All I know is that there's air trapped up in there, and this car gets hot very, very fast when you're driving it and you don't put on the heater. I mean, it's even smoking hot with the heater on, because you can feel it's sucking the heat away from the engine so it don't overheat. Look at that bubbles. I mean, there's going to be a lot of air. A lot of air that comes out of here. What I do is I just have a turkey baster. I just suck it up right here. I suck some of that up right there. I just keep sucking up because I don't want it, to get on the ground and let the animals lick it up or anything like that, or let it, tarnish our planet. Or fossil fuels. No, I don't know. Making shit up. But no, seriously, I do that and squirt it down in my jug right here. Come on now. Come on now. Ah! Now squirt it down in there. Now get ready. They say it'll bubble itself. You ain't gotta jiggle the car up and down. But I find it's a lot faster if you jiggle the car up and down, just because it makes the bubbles move a lot faster. Whether that's good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. All I know is it works for me. But I guess we could test it to see if the bubbles come up on its own. That's why the coolant rises up. It's not water, coolant. Mixture, 50-50. But that's why it's rising up. It's because the air bubbles are coming up to the surface. Because the incline of the car, you gotta have it at an incline. You have to have the car at an incline. Have to have the car at an incline, or it will not work. It will not work. You have to have the car at an incline, or it will not work. And the bubbles are coming up through the system and finally coming up right here. That's why it keeps coming up and looking like it's getting more full and more full, because the bubbles are making its way through the line and finally fixing to come up right here. That's why I got to keep taking it out, because the bubbles are fixing to come out. Let's see if it comes out on their own. See if the bubbles come out on their own without me shaking the car. See if it does it on its own. Oh, I think I seen a bubble right there. I seen a bubble on its own. Did I make that bubble, or did it do it itself? Oh, look at that. Is that a bubble, or is that just movement? What is that? Uh-oh, I think that's bubbles, isn't it? I'll be damned, it does do it on its own. You ain't gotta shake the car, I guess. I guess you ain't gotta shake the car. Make sure you keep coming back and checking out the temperature gauge. Make sure it hadn't overheated. Come back, make sure your temperature gauge ain't overheated. Mine's good. Checking this. I don't know if that's just movement or if that's bubbles. Come on now. Come on. Ah, look at there, look at there, look at there. Come on now. Come on. I'm not gonna mess with it this time. See if it makes a bubble and does it on its own. Come on. Bubble up. I know I'm letting it drain on the ground. I'll clean it up in a minute. I just want to see it bubble. I want to make sure it's doing it on its own. Come on. Bubble for me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on now. Is that mini bubbles or is that just movement? I can't tell. I guess it'd be easier if I got a flashlight, huh? It'd be a lot easier if I got a flashlight, huh? A lot easier. A lot easier if I got a flashlight, I bet. Come on, Bubbles, where you at? Should be getting ready to have a bubble any second now. It's blowing up. Come on now. Where's the bubbles at? I'm very impatient. I'm super impatient. I'm super impatient. See all them bubbles coming up? Look, you made a bubble right there. Boop, pop. Anyways, you gotta get all that air out of the line. All that air's gotta get out. Look at all that bubble. Bubble. Bubble, bubble, bubble. That's why I shake it. I think it's much easier, much faster. Come in here. And we're still good to go. If I made a mistake by turning the heater off, bad mistake. It'll start boiling. And it'll get so hot, so freaking fast. Do not ever turn off your heater. Make sure your heater is on absolute high, high, high. Gotta keep your heater on high, full blast while you're doing this. Gotta keep the cap off. Let it build up. Keep it on an incline. Take your little bits, put it in a safe place, and then repeat. Alright guys, if you find this video helpful and everything, why don't you give me a like, give me a thumbs up, let me know in the comments below if this has helped you out. Let me know in the comments below if you use this. Let me know in the comments below if you do this. Let me know in the comments below if I'm full of shit and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Hey, I can take some criticism. Anyways, y'all have a good one.